Hello. Hello, Storm. Atomic, welcome. I'm gonna turn down the sound a little bit, please. A bit loud for me, and I can't turn it down anymore otherwise. All right. Sorry about the little wait. I was eating a sandwich so that I don't die in the middle of stream. I got some tea here with me, so everything should be good. Got my little chibi avatar staring into your soul. Ah, yeah, that's right, we were fishing. You don't mind her staring at your soul? Okay, good. I'm fishing for the mommies. Fishing is a great way to get money at the start of the game, along with polishing gems, and I think I need to wait a couple of in-game days until the mines reset. I think that's the word. Respawn. That's what I'm thinking of. I had to get up early because my physical therapy was really early this morning, so. Yeah, and I also got my Christmas shopping and stuff done this morning since I was already out early and I had just gotten home about like 10 minutes before noon. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna spend that time making tea, making sandwich, which I did. Hello, Fayaz.
What's up?
What's up, my dude? Let me know if you need a hookup on some crazy furniture, man. Okay. Hi, Zoe. Zoe.
Hey.
Hey, Aaron. My mom taught me everything I know about tending the bar, including how to give unruly customers the bum rush, so be good. I won't cause any trouble, Zoe. Sorry, man. Oh, hello. Talia is so sweet and so pretty. She's right there. Tell her that. I never know what to wear, but she and her sisters always find me something. Although maybe they're just selling me things. No, you look very good, Tessa, I promise.
What?
Oh, hi. Hey, could you grow some spinach on your farm? I love that stuff. Oh. you're tired to watch you stream on Monday, but you said you couldn't stream. Yeah. Monday is usually art, you know, and I've been fighting this art block, which sucks. But you finally fixed your sleep schedule! Woo! Hooray! It's always good to do. Oh, but speaking of art, I'm very proud. So I finished drawing up and, you know, shading and all of that. I finished my new avatar. I'm not entirely sure. I'll probably do like another like re-debut or something because I also have like lore and stuff. So that'll be fun. I just need to rig it.
Jerk.
Oh, it's you. Fine, I will allow you to talk to me. I don't have any funny ideas. I have a feeling you'll punch me in the face, Hyunjae. Hey, Eddie. Oh, hey man. You're that new farmer, right? Sounds like a cool thing. Can't wait. Yeah. I really like the new design. The hoodie colors though gave me, who dares approach me? You must be pretty dumb to approach me. I mean, kind of. I like you, so I'm probably pretty dumb. I don't know though. New avatar pog. Pog pog. And I'm gonna take a little bit more time rigging it. I mean, it took a lot of time rigging my current one. The one that I can't use right now. But you'll be able to see it with Friday with Amnesia. But rigging it will be. Hey Tana.
What?
What do you want? Oh, you read about your symptoms on the internet, huh? I'll go ask my nursing degree what it thinks of your diagnosis. I wish more nurses were like this, dude. Got my tea. I'm so happy because I was out of my favorite tea, but since I was out shopping, I got to get more boxes of my favorite tea. Zen green tea with lemongrass and spearmint. It doesn't sound like it would be good, but it is so nice. I got some grilled fish. Trash fish. Trash fish. I'm pretty sure, except for this. You forgot today was streaming, but while you were playing something. Well, as long as I'm not, like, keeping you away from anything. Time to go sleep. I mean, I should probably maybe plant some sugar beets. I just keep forgetting to. Oh well, it might be too late. I will sell the grilled fish. Oh, I already have some in there. Yeah, but if you're like me, you probably like to play games. So you can always come. Okay, good. Ooh! Learn how to make a copper watering can. Ooh, onion soup? 1 onion and 1 salt. I always cry when I chop those onions. Yeah, onions just be like that, dude. Onions just be like that. Alright, let's finish. Ooh, green tea. I was just talking about that, kind of. Yeah, it's... No, wait, no, I need to... Crafting. Ooh, gold sickle. Let's see. I have this crafting bench, anvil, smelter. School's rough before the end of the semester. Oh, yeah. It always sucks. I mean, near the end though, I mean, I just gave up studying. It probably wasn't the best idea, but I I mean, other than just regular anxiety, I have bad test anxiety and everything, so I just would forget everything that I studied. And eventually I just went to the mindset of, well, why bother studying if I'm just going to forget everything on the test? And then AP, you know, advanced placement or whatever tests, those big things, those were always fun. I remember in my AP biology test, I was sick. Like, I don't know if it was like the flu or something. You're not even spending time studying, it's all homework and projects. I was sick, and it was like AP biology. So it was like, you know, a lot more harder stuff, right? And I remember on one test, I didn't, on the writing part, because with the AP tests, most of the time, it's like you have, you know, your multiple choice part, and then your writing part. And it's like this, you know, like big thing. Oh my god, I was sick. It was terrible. And I remember one of the writing thing, I actually wrote down, like, I am very sick and tired. I don't remember anything. Okay, I know you told me, but I have had a rough day. And I think I wrote down like something from like a John Mulaney skit, like, I am very small and I have no money. So you must imagine the kind of stress that I am under. And then I just ended up like using that time to sleep. Because those AP tests, it was just like regular day too. Did I just an iron in here? So yeah, I mean, I obviously didn't pass it, but I don't care. I was so sick and tired, like literally. Like, it was a bad cold, at least. So I was just like all congested, like my head was hurting, I was exhausted. Like, normally on the writing part and stuff, I would just doodle on empty pages and stuff. Okay, we deeply value your input, so please take a customer service feedback survey next time you visit our store. Vera, basically come here today. Oh, here's a crib. Vera, I'm not even married. What are you trying to tell me, Vera? Vera, lie. My other playthrough, you know, my personal playthrough, I'm married, but I don't have any kids. Vera, lie. Pancakes. Oh, I probably could get a kitchen. You got it. Small blanket. Here we go. Oh, so go put that on my phone. But yeah, I remember high school. That sucked. It was bad. Then again, my school was also, it was more concerned with, you know, the overall test scores rather than like, you know, or, you know, their students actually learning things. Which, I mean, I guess all schools, you know, care about test scores, but they really didn't care about us. I'm placing my kitchen outside because I don't know, maybe I could fit it inside. I personally don't remember anything from high school that I learned. I mean, the mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell. I mean, it's different for like everyone. And I think, you know, remembering stuff would be beneficial for me for college, but I don't know any drinks. I know cherry. Oh, it's in alphabetical order. Thank God. Or not. Sauteed kale, rice pudding, pasta soups. All I really care about is, you know, passing the AP exams. They have to keep your GPA for scholarships and whatnot. Yeah. Thankfully, the scholarship I have for the college I'm going to, if I still have it, shouldn't this be under student? Oh well. They went off of my ACT score because I had gotten a 31 on the English part out of 36. You know, I mean, my math was like a 19. That was my lowest one. I am not good at math, especially all the stuff that they're like, you'll need to know this, and we don't, you know, the really difficult stuff. Why is black wool so hard to come by? I already asked Orpheus if he had some black dahlias. Don't worry, it's a non-expiring quest, so I can take my time because that's in the middle of the mines. But yeah, keeping your GPA up is pretty good. Mine was, let's just say that, like, I'm not really particularly book smart. Like, I'm not very good at... What sucks is that tests, you know, are always so much worth much more points and stuff, and like more weighted, the more weight of your grade, right? But I always sucked at tests, so, and I would always forget to do homework. So my grades would just be terrible. I mean, most of the time they were passing. I don't think I've ever actually flunked and had to redo a class, which I'm glad for. I think I came close though, but that's just because studying has never really been my forte. And studying is even more difficult if it's something that you don't really even care about. Let's see if mine's set already. Dares approach Black Mask. That's it? That's all you're... Nothing? Okay, bye! Hey, Kumako. Hey, Kumako. How are you, little insect? You wouldn't happen to have some time for little old me? I posted a request on the town request board for something. If you take it, you'll gain some more of my affection. It's funny, see, the bulletin board requests are like completely random, so sometimes you'll get like one time Black Mask had apparently wanted a goldfish for a pet, and I'm like, oh, okay, I'll just get you that goldfish then, question mark. So yeah, keeping your GPA up for scholarships is definitely important. I usually break these to show that going mining to get some ore, polish them up, ooh, make some money. Why are you lagging? I mean, it's just a little bit of lag, so it's not that big of a deal, but... Oh yeah, my physical therapist wants me to add, planks to my regiment, my little routine thing. And so I was doing some last night. I mean, I can't hold them for very long, but I can go about 20 seconds, each, right? But I was in the middle of it, and Maple comes and lays down underneath me, and I'm like, no! Maybe if I fall, I'm gonna crush you! And she's like, I don't care, I need to be by you, Mom. I love you. I'm like, Maple, no! Maple! Thankfully, she moved before I ended them, but it was just so funny. She just flopped right down. She's like, hi, Mom. I'm here to join you. I'm helping. I am your moral support. And I'm like, thank you. She's just this funny little thing. Your cats are there when I feel like trash. Yeah, that's Maple too. She can always tell if there's something wrong, and she'll come and she'll be like, I am here to help you. I am here to help. And my parents' dog Maisie will come and help too. Like, she'll come in with her ears down, she's wagging her tail, she's like, I will help you, don't worry. Yeah, cats are huge sweeties, for the most part. Eventually I'm gonna have to get a bigger backpack. I think I'm gonna save up some money for that. Animals are... Oh, sorry. Animals are always good. Animals are very good. Doggos and cattles, they're very good. I'm gonna eat one of my trash bacons. There we go. I love that Momo put it so that you can get like some basic food from trash cans. And bacon and bread give you like so much. So at the beginning of the game you can just get trash bread, trash bacon. It's great. Oh. Dang, my pickaxe will break soon. Gonna have to smelt some good bars. Maybe have more uranium or steel or something. I can make a good pickaxe. How are you all today? Oh, I got some tortilla. That was not the right pitch of the song, but I don't care. I hope everyone's doing good. Is this a kitty? Hello, kitty. I have a cat delivery. Bye. Goodbye. I have a cat delivery. I now have a Maple on my bed. Oh, you're struggling to enjoy yourself. Epic cat. Yep. Here she is. She's on my bed. Aw. I need like a love command. Momo has one. I need one. To send love. Oh. Sword Teaching. Oh, you just don't know what to do, so you find it hard to have. Oh, yeah, I get like that sometimes. Oh, you do throw. Yeah, I feel that. Sometimes, like, even though I have plenty of games to play, I'm like, I don't know. I don't really feel like playing pop. I don't feel like playing Skyrim. I don't. It's just. I hate it when that happens. So I hope, you get over that, have nothing to do, don't know what to do thing, because that totally sucks. Hello, Alex. Takio.
Hey.
Sup, fam? I always love meeting new friends at Pumpkinvale. Well, I guess I love meeting new friends anywhere.
Ah.
Hey, Takio. Do you require medical attention? My tattoos. Well, perhaps that's a story best saved for another time. Oh, I hear a squeak. I'm squeaking at my door. What are you doing, little guy? Ollie's just kind of standing there in the hallway staring at me. What are you doing? What are you staring at? There's nothing here. Okay, Ollie's just off being weird. I'm not gonna concern myself with that. I'm sure he's fine. I think he just thinks he saw something. Hey, Dumb. Sup, nerd? I'm shipping as many crops as I can this season. This is a town can earn enough money to keep that Jounce factory away. Although I'm not sure if you even care. Bro, I'm the one giving all that stuff to Evan, not you. I will punch you in the face. Don't try me, Orpheus. Hey, did you see that Kiara's? Yeah, I saw that. It's so crazy. That hair, I know, right? Jackie has insane hair. The amount of hair gel she must go through just daily. But yeah, from what I see, she didn't do anything, right? They just were like, nope, and then deleted it. YouTube is just... Ooh. YouTube just has so many problems. Yeah, hopefully she'll get it back soon. I mean, I'm hoping she just gets it back in general, but hopefully soon. A mild. But that must suck. Because, don't those people at HoloLive, don't they like stream like daily? And I know that they do it to YouTube. Like they stream and then they also do like, videos. Different than streaming. But man, that must suck. I mean, obviously, it's not good. Grilled oysters. Okay. Ooh, a silver brush, I think. I just don't get YouTube and their whole suddenly demonetizing and then like deleting channels. It's ridiculous. I mean, I guess unless you're like big enough. Oh, now she's just laying on my bed. I can probably keep the titanium because that's a very, very good copper, steel, uranium. And I have a titanium. Oh, there we go. Now I can donate that, and I still have enough ore to make another titanium ball. Good tea. And I don't know if I may have said this earlier, but I had started putting honey in my tea rather than just, regular sugar. Now I just save that for my coffee, which is fine because I don't really use that much sugar in my coffee anymore. Like when I was younger, I would put so much sugar in it, like to the point where I could taste the sugar, and now I can't do that. I started using honey, and when I first tried it, I'm like, oh, this is actually really good. Yeah. Got my nice warm tea. You can't stand coffee. Oh my god, neither can I. I need some sugar, and I need so much creamer. Like, it's usually sort of like a light brown. Like a very or pale beige kind of when I'm done with it. I can't stand just straight black coffee. It's just, meh. I don't like too bitter things. Things that are too bitter or sour. I prefer sweet and spicy than, sour and bitter. You can only drink it with milk. Yeah. Back when I had gone to the allergist, about my hives, when they were really bad, they told me that, don't have anything with soy for the next 2 weeks. And I'm like, okay, which sucked because so many things have soy in it that you don't even think of. And it sucked. And I mean, obviously now it has nothing to do with it, so I can eat all the soy I want. But it was just terrible, and the creamer we use has soy in it, so I ended up using, some milk in it for that while, and it was pretty good. I think I used to make it with milk, and then I found that I liked creamer better. You just love coffee in general? Yeah. I drink coffee almost every day. Even if it's not to wake me up, just for the taste of it. I usually have coffee in the morning and then tea in the afternoon and evening. So I don't stay up too late. I mean, I already stay up late, already, just because I'm a night owl, but, so I don't stay up even more later than I already do. And this morning, it was so funny, while I was making my coffee, Maple was just screaming at me. She was like, Mother, I demand that you give me that creamer. She's like, I need it. I need what you have. And I'm like, no, you don't need this. She's like, but I do. I'm like, no. She always does this. And last night we had some fish. And my mom had to keep pushing her off the table and off of her lap because she was just so determined to get that fish. She wanted that fish and she was going to get it. By golly, she was gonna get it. Yes, I'm talking about you, Mr. Thing. I see your ears pointing at me. A little radar blip. Little radar thing. We'll have some things to donate to the museum, which is great. I think I'm at 10% now. Eating is always a struggle. Oh my god. There are some things that sometimes I'll eat on my bed or whatever. I know. That's a problem. One time, this was before the whole ban, the whole lockdown thing, we had gotten some pizza. It was Little Caesars. I don't know, but and Maple, she stole the pizza crust from off of my plate. I was laughing so hard I let her get away with it. I mean, and she only ate a little bit off of it before I threw it away. I mean, she didn't eat the entire thing, but she stole it from my plate, and I was laughing so hard. And when I told my parents, they started laughing too. It was so funny. I'm sorry to bother you. Oh yeah, this quest, I just need to find some... And then there are sometimes, like, there's this really good restaurant, in my mom's hometown. It's only a few hours away. It's hibachi. It's so good. Like, so... I was eating it, you know, like the leftovers, and what I had gotten was steak hibachi, you know, steak and with like some fried rice. And Maple, oh my god, she was determined to try to get it. And at one point, I was sitting there, you know, leaning back with the plate in my hand away, and she was standing on my chest trying to get it. She was so determined. And then another time I had gotten a chocolate cake for myself, and I was just, you know, like eating off of it. You know, I didn't eat it all in one go, I was just eating off of it, and she fumed towards it. She's like, I think I need that. I'm like, oh my god, no. I was like, no. If it's almost any other cake, I could let you have a little bit of it, but this is chocolate. It's not good for cats, Maple, no. And she even meowed at me. She's like, Mom, very upset. You fool enough to challenge me? Do you need something, or are you just looking to get hurt? Which I might be. What's it to you, huh? Huh? But yes, no, I completely understand, Storm. That Maple, that cat, she is determined. She's a very determined thing. Hello, Kumiko. Hello there. You have no idea what kind of web you're already entangled in. I don't like that. I don't like what that implies. No, thank you. Then maybe I can go do some bug catching. Your dog won't steal food. She's a good girl. Yeah, Macy's a good girl too. She doesn't necessarily steal food. Oh no! Oh no, like like food has been ruined before the food was prepared. Like the chicken being touched on the cats. Oh no. See, we don't really let our cats up on the counter. Like they can go anywhere else, but the dining room table and the counter, we don't allow them. We have a little spray bottle filled with water. And if they like do that, or relatively just act, you know, kind of bad, we give them a little spritz and they freak out and stop. But no, Maisie's a very good girl. Although there was this one Christmas, so she had an infection on one of her dew claws. This was about a few years ago. She had an infection on one of her dew claws. So she had to, you know, get that removed, and she had to get some steroids, which made her very, very hungry. Oh, we don't let them, but one of our kittens gets on it sometimes anyway. Yeah, sometimes you can't stop them if you can't see them. Yeah, so she had, which made her really, really hungry. Well, and so one time, this was during the day, so during this time, we come home, and this dog had eaten all of my Christmas chocolate. There was a lot. Okay, and I was upset, not only because, oh my god, she ate all my chocolate, but my chocolate was gone, but that wasn't the biggest thing. Don't worry, she is still going strong. She is 10 years old. The only thing that it really did was make her have to go out into the backyard a lot, and it made her really gassy. But me and my dad, we kept an eye on her, and we told our mom when we got home, and she's like, well, did you take her to the vet? And we're like, well, she wasn't acting bad. She wasn't like throwing up or anything. And we were just watching her. We were like, well, I mean, maybe chocolate really isn't that bad for dogs. I mean, we never gave her anything like that again. She's a pretty big dog, too, yeah. She's about roughly the size of a German Shepherd. She probably comes to my mid-thigh when standing up. Yeah, she's pretty big. And so thankfully she didn't get, like, terribly, like, sick or anything. Maybe because she's bigger, it was not that big of a deal. But ever since those steroids, she's always been, like, really super hungry, even a few years later. But yeah, we were freaking out, like, oh my god! And I didn't even clean up. I wanted my mom to see what she had done, so I just had all these chocolate wrappers. You know, some that she didn't eat. I mean, she ate some of the wrappers, too. God, love her. Oh, yeah, little Miss Thing. She's just, oh. Yeah, that's probably why. Because a lot of it was milk chocolate, too, which has more cocoa in it, I think. Or is that dark chocolate? I don't even know. But yeah, we were very relieved that, you know, that didn't end horribly. But yeah, now it's a funny story that we can tell people. Like, yeah, she ate all my Christmas chocolate. I mean, she's fine, but ooh, she is just. Oh, hey, look, some trash bread. Woo! I need to put this salt in my storage. But yeah, good God is right. That was my reaction. I'm like, oh my God, what? Yeah. Thankfully, other than that, and I mean, she really only got into it because the steroids made her so hungry. She also dug around the trash a lot more too around that time. And of course, you know, you're terrified to give your cats any food that they're not meant to eat. Yeah, me too. With Maple a little more so because she's a little bit bigger. Like when I first got her, which was about a year ago, you know, she was relatively, you know, thin, but she was a stray. So for a while we think she may have been feral, I don't know, and she was at a foster home when I adopted her. And there were like lots of other cats and kittens there, and so yes, I'm talking about you. Yes, I am. She's like, okay, good. And so she would just eat, and a lot. Sometimes she would eat until she threw up, which isn't good. Thankfully, she's getting better about it now. She's getting much better about it now. But yeah, that's why I'm more cautious with her. Because I don't want her to, you know, get too big. Oh, hey man, you're that new farmer, right? That sounds like a total... Yeah, I'm aware it's a total pain. Thankfully, Oliver is actually kind of picky and doesn't usually eat what we give him. I mean, sometimes he'll eat some fish, but he much prefers his little kitty snacks. You don't give your dog much of anything since she has a really weak stomach. Aw. It's funny, Maisie will honestly eat about anything now. She really likes peas. You know, like the vegetables, she really likes those. It's so funny. Trying to think of other things she's eaten. You know, that she can have, technically. Anything abnormal will shortly exit through one orifice or another. Ah! Yeah, that isn't too good. Oh yeah, about like the rooting in the trash and all of that. Thankfully, Maisie is also a pretty good girl and she's well trained and all that. And so like, and she'll know when she did something wrong, you know, like going through the trash, eating all my chocolate, and she'll like put her ears down and she'll like have her tail down and she'll crawl to you. She says, I'm sorry. Yeah. Also, for Ollie's first Christmas, which was a few years ago, he's about 4 years old, I think, now. We had gotten him a toy with catnip in it, and apparently that made him throw up. So for the longest time, we're thinking that, like, he can't have catnip, but we have catmint, in the flower bed, and that's sort of similar to catnip. And oh yeah, in the flower bed. So Oliver really, really, really likes the outside. So we got him a little harness and a leash so that we can take him outside. So cute. Like, he'll squeak. He doesn't really have a meow, he has a squeak. He'll squeak at the back door really, really loudly and incessantly until you let him outside. And he'll go, in the front flower bed. Oh, he is so cute. When we first got it on him, he was really low to the ground. He's like, oh, I don't know what to do with this thing. But now he's so comfortable in it, and he's just like, all right, let's go. But yeah, no, he loves the catnip mint in the flower bed. Of course, since it's, becoming winter, we had to cut it out, but it'll regrow in spring. Like, he would just love to go and just chew on it, Little weirdo. He's a little weirdo cat. Okay, it's pretty cool. I got some fish. Oh my God. And I need to check the TV, but that's supposed to have cooking banana milk, 1 banana and 1 milk. Self-explanatory. Some diamond shears, nice. You got a shirt for your oldest cat, and it was so tight he couldn't help but fall to the side every time he tried to walk. Oh, baby. Oh, little kitty cat. Ooh, black tea. Large curtains. That's nice. For when I eventually want to make curtains. So, and, yeah. Oliver also used to have, a collar, because, he's a black cat. We kind of will lose him in the shadows. Gotta make sure, we can find him and all that. But, he figured out how to take it off. Like, I found him with it off, so I put it back on him, and then I watched him just take it back off again, and I'm like, okay, maybe you don't need that. He's like, yeah. Thankfully, Maple doesn't really care about her collar. We had originally gotten it for her because she was very skittish at the beginning, and so she would hide under things a lot and use it to find her. But now, it's just so nice to just hear this little jingle, jingle, jingle. Just hear this little jingle, wherever she is. Ooh, tarot cards. I don't need those, guys. Ooh. Oh yeah. Cyberpunk 2077 is coming out tomorrow, right? December 10th. Oh man, I'm gonna have to like stay off of Twitter for the most part because I'm hoping to get it, you know, on Christmas. And I don't want to get it spoiled for me. So I'm gonna have to just stay off the internet and be like, no, I will not listen to anything. Yeah. I don't know what to do.
Excuse me.
Oh yeah, I have to do your book thing. You play organ, that's very nice. Okay, I completely forgot about your book quest, I'm so sorry. Oh my god, I went bald for a second there, oh my god. You just got back and saw your character going bald too. I'm like, oh my god, what? I think I found all the books. Woo! Just jump off the roof of the church, that's fine. Tara.
If you dare.
Step into the ring. Whenever there's evil, a hero must arise. I mean, whatever. That hero... I mean... you and Black Mask really just kind of stare at each other in the ring. I don't really know if that counts as, like, fighting, you know, being a hero and all that, but you do you, man. Annie, sister Annie, I think I have you both. It's all of them, don't worry. Ooh, I got some tea, thank you. Yeah, a couple, some tea. I got plenty of food. Most of that's from the trash. I'm just so proud of myself for getting trash food. Oh, hi. I feel that. Have a good day, Tia. Maybe I'll go. Maybe I'll go. See what. Oh, big yawn. Dumpster diving hype. Yep. Maybe I'll go see if they have any better things, like better hose. Smooth. Solve that. Do you have anything? Maybe you have a pickaxe? Good pickaxe? How much? Some gold on I can just make a gold pickaxe myself. I'm pretty sure I just need gold and wooden boards and planks. Not wooden boards. A game that I had also recently gotten back into, kind of, is Staxel. It's a very cute, sort of like mix of Stardew Valley and Minecraft. And I mean, I had played it, you know, like a couple of times before, but how many pickaxe? How many does a pickaxe fire? I don't know. I'll just keep it in here for now. Auto sort. So yeah, I recently started playing. So I've really only played it, like a couple of times, for a little bit and then stopped. But, I really want to play it again. It's a really nice game. It's like a very sandbox game, and you can do a lot of building and stuff, a lot like in Minecraft. But you also can do farming and, bug hunting and fishing and stuff. Sort of like Harvest Moon. Yeah, it's just like a really nice, relaxing game. Who? Must be pretty dumb compared to me. I thought we had already established this. Yes, I'm kind of dumb. But don't judge me. I don't judge you, so you won't judge me, okay? Okay. Ah! I just yeeted myself off these stairs. Dang. Wanna do some fishing. Or maybe I should see if there's better fishing rods, but I don't think I will. Do I play Minecraft? Yeah, sometimes. I know that there's a cave. It is the cave update that's coming out, right? Yeah, because another update's already come out. I'm pretty excited about the cave update. I really like the updates that they do. Maybe when that comes out, I'll do a stream or something. But yeah, there are lots of. Yeah, I do like to play Minecraft. It's very fun. Sometimes I like to just, go into creative mode and just follow some blueprints other people made. Just to see if I can do it. Yeah, I was suggesting if you could stream the game. Yeah, there are lots of chill games. I don't know if that's in my panels. I'm on mobile to see chat, so I can't see. But that might be under games. If not, I will totally add that. Because I think that would be a totally fun game to just stream. Starting off in the wilderness, having no idea what I'm doing. Because even though I've played Minecraft, for a little while, I played it a bit back in high school, I still have no idea what I'm doing, which is for most games. I mean, for the most part, I know what I'm doing in Pumpkin Days. Oh dang, it's been an hour already? Ooh. There's nothing I can do. I'll probably have to go to the ocean. Minecraft is easy. Hello, Maurice. I mean, not for me. I have a tendency to die a lot. I don't know why, but I do. I just, Death likes to follow me in video games. I mean, for the most part, yeah, Minecraft is easy. And I like following blueprints that other people made, you know, for houses because I've never really been good at like the building thing. I mean, it's also the same with like The Sims. I often follow like real life house blueprints to make my houses because most of the time I don't know what I'm doing, and that's how I do it. I mean, I rarely play The Sims. You struggle to find something to do, like in Minecraft and stuff. Yeah. But in The Sims 4 is just so boring for me. Like just last night, you know, because they had done, you know, like the big skin tone overhaul, which took them too damn long in my opinion, but at least they finally got it done. They finally got it done. Especially after the crafting recipes being right in front of you. Yeah. But, yeah, just playing. I tried playing it and I spent more time creating my sim than actually playing because it's just boring for me. I much prefer The Sims 3. Like, I mean, if it had like the building of The Sims 4, that would absolutely be perfect. But I highly doubt that EA will go back and update it. We're still waiting for the Windows 64-bit update of The Sims 3 because they have that for Mac, but not Windows. Ooh, corn cereal? Corn, what's it? Wooden pickaxe. Oh, now I can see. Bruh. What do you mean, bruh? What are you bruhing at? I'm sorry. Sometimes I don't know. Grace, we're gonna play Cyberpunk. Okay, here's the thing. So, yeah, EA is a broad moment. Oh my god. Yeah. But Cyberpunk, no, unfortunately not. I talked about this earlier, but you weren't here, so so that's fine. But hopefully I'm getting it on Christmas. I'm not getting it on launch day, which sucks, because I'm really, really looking forward to it. I don't know if I'm going to make a game series of it. I think it's probably might be a game that I just play for myself, you know? But I'm gonna have to stay off the internet and not look at anything cyberpunk related because I don't want to get spoiled. I don't want to spoil myself to the story. I mean, I know that I think there's already, you know, like sort of a problem with, you know, putting the masks on and like the LED lights flashing. Nintendo is also a brown moment. Yeah, I heard that they had like a lawsuit or like they were sued or something against like a group of people wanting to play a game, you know, like online, but using it required an emulator. So they're like, no, you know, like a modded version of the game so that you could play it together. Yeah, that's just, ugh. I mean, I know it's probably not the most, you know, but it's not even the worst thing either. Like, let these people have their fun. They're just trying to do a thing. No place, like, it was like for a tournament, right? Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was. But yeah, EA is definitely a bra moment. Like, I can just go completely off about The Sims because I've been playing it since The Sims 2. I'm not like that avid of a simmer like, say, Plumbella or, you know, Lil Simsy or something. But I do have strong feelings because, you know, let me know if you want to try out some yoga. Good luck opening that. I highly doubt that will work. But I have strong opinions, like how it took them 6 years to add firefighters into the game. So before then, your Sims just died. Sorry, I did a curse. I apologize. I apologize for that. They just died. No, they all. Oh. I mean, oh, that's not. They sued a retired. Dang. That would be like Breath of the Wild. I get one curse pass. Okay, sorry. I just got so into it and I'm like, wait, no. I'm on stream. I shouldn't be cursing. But no. That'd be like the creators of Breath of the Wild. Isn't that Nintendo? I don't even know. Suing the creators of Genshin Impact because Genshin Impact is similar to Breath of the Wild. It's crazy. It's just... I mean, there's a difference between, you know, say, games being similar and then, like, being complete knockoffs. But, yeah. Have you heard the news about the team behind it? MiHoYo? No. I know that there's something about, you know, like, account hacking and stuff. Even though I like Genshin a bit, I don't really, for the most part, I don't keep up. But tell me, what news? I like learning, you know, like news and quote unquote drama and stuff. It's just very interesting, you know? Because the news on like TV, it's like always the same, like the world is on fire. Here's a list, here's, you know, like the numbers of all people dying. It's like, great, thanks. But like game news and stuff. Yeah, the hacking and selling account stuff, they don't do anything about that, yeah. The problem is, I don't even know, like, I don't think it has anything to do with it, but MiHoYo is also a Chinese company. Like, I don't know if, like, a lot of people, like, even know that. But I don't know if that's, like, anything to do with it. I don't know, but that is that's kind of sus that they're, like, not doing anything about it. I don't think any of my accounts... Yeah. But, yeah, that's just... Which sucks! Which definitely sucks if you're, like, the player... Can't even have 2 FA. Sorry, I'm having a small brain account. What does that mean? Like spending money on gacha games. Yeah, like imagine being like, you know, like a whale. Like spending like thousands of dollars on this gacha game and it has you taken away from you. I mean, that'd be terrible. 2-factor Same thing happened with TikTok. Well, I mean, I think TikTok's biggest thing was that they were like, oh my god, it's selling your information to like everything. And I'm like, and I'm over here and I'm like, I mean, yes, that's kind of bad. But like, Facebook and stuff does the exact same thing. Like a lot of social media sites do that. Oh, 2-factor off this, then. Yeah, that. Yeah, I don't think so. No, yeah, I don't think it does. Atlas butterfly. China's been sus for years now. Yeah. I think a lot of, like when I first started playing like Honkai, I think, I don't know. I think because the style is just like very anime, people like assume that it's like a Japanese company. The CCP has been sus, people are just living in it. Again, small brain, don't really know what that means, but I will take it. Just be like, yeah, sus. Yeah, that's just not a very, not doing anything about accounts being hacked. I don't even know like how many accounts are, but I know that that's a problem. And I know that like a lot of fans are also upset about Zhongli's, like abilities. Because, he's been hyped up for so long, and he's more of a support character. Okay, I see. Oh yeah, about Zhongli. Yeah, his E attack, like for keyboard, it's apparently not that good. I mean, I tried him out because, like in the game you can try out, like the new characters, and it's like a thing. And I mean, he wasn't bad, but like, beware your venomous bug now, okay, whatever you say. But I'm personally waiting for Zhao. We only have 2 polearm characters in game, and that's Zhangling and Zhongli, and then Zhao will be the 3rd one. I'm hoping he comes out soon. Some of you probably don't even know what I'm talking about, but I'm still going to spew into the void. Yeah, I feel that, Atomic. I mean, it's kind of the same over here in the US. I mean, a lot of people might argue, but I mean, the government has a big hold on a lot of things. The spears are overrated, like the polearms. Yeah, which sucks because Zhangli, Zhangling. I'm probably getting names super wrong, I apologize. Is a really good fighter. She's, a really good character, like she fights she's a very good, battle character. And she's been the only polearm character for the longest. And they need so many. Like they have more, like swords. And then it's only slightly not wrong about the state of the US. Yeah, I live here. It's that's just like another big problem. But there are so many, sword characters and then claymore characters. And there were only like 3. Please note, like for the most part, when I'm talking about like Genshin characters, most of the time, I'm not really going to talk about 5-star or really count 5-star because they are so rare to get. Like, it's so hard to get a 5-star character. Like, I only have 1 5-star character, and that's D-Luke. And I only got him because of, like the pity pull that you get. When you do so many wishes without getting a 5-star, was founded on grubby capitalism. Yup, that is very true. People can say all they want, but the US is a very capitalistic type of country, and I think you can see like what the pandemic does and stuff. But like, so I'm not really counting 5 stars. So, not counting 5 stars, there were only 2 bow and arrows. There were only 2, bow characters in Genshin. And, I mean, now there are 4, but 2 of those are 5 stars that are incredibly difficult to get. Zhangling is the only polearm character that you can easily get, because Zhongli, oh my, I paused for so long, the music stopped. But I'm just talking. You can go to Japan, their issues, and I think I'd rather have happened. I don't even know what country I'd rather live in, because I know all countries have their problems, but I don't know. You love capitalism, but it needs limits. Everything needs limits. Like, let's see. And Zhongli is a 5-star polearm character. And Zhao is going to be a 5-star polearm character. So there's only one really polearm character. Everything but swords are incredibly underrated. That is so true. Like, I mean, claymores, I think, are also like the second most, characters. Like, you have like the second most. There just needs to be more geo characters and polearm characters. Because, you also have like a good amount of people using, what is it? Magic, that's not what it is. Catalysts. That's it, that's what it is. But like, they need more characters that, like, Bo, definitely polearm, because you only have one 4-star, you can easily get. They need to just, but I mean, I'm not gonna, like, with the characters stuff though, I'm not gonna hold it too much against them, because they only have, only like really like the first chapter in the prologue finished. There are going to be more countries with more characters. Claymores are just big swords. That's true. That is also true. Yes, I guess I should count that. But yeah, they need more catalysts, more bow and arrows. Wait, Diona is a bow and arrow user, so there are 3 bow and arrows. Okay, I had forgotten about that. And then so many of, like, the best characters for stuff are, 5-star, which are hard to get. Like, Diluc is my best claymore. What do you think of those? They're cool, so that just get on your good side. But it's just, I guess, like, I have some Genshin OCs, and for the most part, I tried to make them so that, like, I have a, like, my main character, I don't know if it's my main character, but it's, Yonhei. She's, a polearm user. No, she's a claymore. Never mind. Wait, no. I mean, crap. I just get so comfortable and then I forget, and I need to be better about that. I think this shows that I curse a little bit too much in real life. I need to get better about that. I do. Grace is questioning reality. Yeah. I talked for so long, the music stops. Oh, there's the music. Okay. Whoa! Having swords is the main weapons in everything. That's also true. Your main characters use like everything else. Barely main hand a proper sword. Yeah. Oh. Like in my main Skyrim, I might end up doing maybe a let's play of it. Like to show her. I can't. Oh no, I forgot her name. Oh no, I forgot her, but she's an elf, and she's actually a bow and arrow user. Jazz music stops. Like me. Oh no, I forgot the name of a character. I'm a terrible human being. But yeah, she. Like for Archer Pug. Yeah, for my Skyrim characters, my main character is an archer. And then I have another character who wields a battle axe, and then my third one is a mage, so she uses magic. I don't know, I mean, swords are fine and all, but like, I don't know, it's like, it's always the default. And I mean, sometimes that's fun if you want to do, just like some basic, game. So the archer class is truly made of archers. Yes, but I just want MiHoYo to make some good pull-on characters for Genshin that aren't 5-star so that people can easily get them. Your favorite weapons in games tend to be spears or two-handed blunt weapons. Yeah, I feel that. Like in Code Vein, which I restarted playing recently, my main character, Genesis, she specializes in two-handed, like she wields like a huge hammer as one of her weapons. It's mostly, you know, like big old weapons like that. Does Genshin have an axe character? No. But to be fair, this is also at the beginning. And you know, like when I first started playing Honkai, they didn't have scythes or lances yet. Waifu game, Genshin. The waifu game really is, Honkai is more that because all the characters are females, because they're Valkyries, you know, which, you know, kind of have to be female for that. I mean, there's a lot more to it than that, but yeah, they didn't have, you know, those at the beginning of the game. It took them a few years, so I'm betting that they will definitely add more weapon types, you know, as the game, you know, gets updated and, you know, added to and stuff and such. I'm hoping that an axe type will be added. Since it's more, you know, fantasy rather than sci-fi like Honkai is, they probably will have an axe. Maybe a hammer. Hopefully a hammer type. I think that would be really cool. And I can't wait for the Dendro characters to come out so that I can finally have, you know, like a character for each element. And I saw this on Reddit, but I think it's also kind of right, but Pyro, you know, fire characters do so much more damage than like the rest of the characters. Like, and it's also very necessary. Oh yeah, you have my Discord server. Yeah, if you type ! Discord, it should, Streamlabs should be up, so it should work. Axes, oh my god, yeah. Let me see. There we go! Yeah, I don't quite know what I'm doing yet, and hopefully everything will be fine, but I have, you know, like a general chat, you know, and stuff like that. I tried to take, you know, like some, like, ideas and inspiration from, like, other, you know, group chats I'm a part of, like Pumpkin Days and stuff. You know, Discord, I mean. But yeah, axes are very good. And since it's a more fantasy type game, I could definitely see them adding an axe types of characters. Because I think it would be pretty disappointing if they ended up only having 5 types of weapons. And I mean, there are really only a couple of weapons in Genshin. Not Genshin, Honkai. But at the same time, there are like, you know, like the fighters and stuff is much different than in Genshin. Like in Honkai, you have, you know, like the same character, but like different versions of her, like different like battle suits, as they call it. You know, with different like abilities and stuff, but they have like the same weapon type, you know? Let's see, they have pistols, katanas, cannons, cross. Sounds weird. They have a broadsword, scythe, and lance. And then the scythe and lance have been added over the past. Actually, really only a couple are basically useless in real combat. Yeah, but like in fantasy, more anime-like, it definitely works. Because fantasy, anime, that's it, that's the reason. Yeah. Moderation. Yeah, for the most part, I will be moderating, most just like this chat because it's still small and stuff, but that might have to. Steel axe. Lentil soup. Oh yeah, what other fantasy weapons, more like, not like just fantasy, but other weapons that would be cool? Probably shurikens, because they have Inazuma, which is based off of Japan. There's a big problem with self-moderating. Yeah, I can also see that. But I can see shurikens and some more maybe Asian type weapons being added, because they already have Liyue, which is based off of China, and then Inazuma is based off of Japan. So I can definitely see them adding something like that. Like, I wish there was a crystal stop farmer's market. I guess having food is more important though. Yeah, I guess with self-moderating, for the most part, because it's like really, really small, I can easily see if someone's a troll or not. They better have katanas. I think that would be a good idea to have. It's a type of sword, but at the same time, so's a claymore. Like... And it's the type of game that I could definitely see them having, like, multiple types of, like, different, like, swords, just because they already have so many sword characters. But I could definitely see them adding, like, katanas, shurikens, hopefully axe. I think it would be really cool to have, like, axe characters in that game. But I'm just excited to see, like, what characters, like, come out as, like, the different regions come out too. Oh, yeah, you also can't be online all the time. For now, this likely won't be an issue. Yeah. That's true, that's true. It's the only sword you can really forgive because the samurai are just interesting in general. Yeah, that's true. Sold some chicken and Claudio?
Yes.
Oh my god, I love that. As well as some very bad hate can get to your head if I have to do that stuff. That's true. Oh my god, I haven't even talked to you yet. Hi. I can tell that it is in your nature to be charitable, my dove. Do try talking to all the lovelies around town. They may have tasks for you to do. How does Claudio know this? He has his ways. Yes, he does. I have been here a month. Almost a month. I haven't talked to you. I kind of feel bad, but... But for the most part, like, I haven't really gotten much hate, but I don't really care much about people, because if you're angry enough to yell at a person who, just has an anime avatar, you need to reevaluate your life. You need to look deep down inside and think, hey, Why am I doing this? Why am I being a crap person? Why? Do I have any salt? Oh, there's a market. Bro, only need 3. Bro, if there's salt on the market, I'm going to laugh. Katanas are actually kind of suck, but they were just used really well. Yeah, I guess that's a type. Wait, no, this is salt. Okay, there isn't salt, but I can easily get that. Wait, no, I have some in my house. I'm trying to think of like what other weapons I could see Genshin getting. Because because each region is sort of based off of like, I think a country like in real life, like Mondstadt, is influenced by Germany and other, you know, related. You learn that one-sided blades in general are much easier to use. Ooh, it's interesting. I'm gonna get some salt for you, Jelmo, don't worry. Because Mondstadt is based off of Germany, we already have Liyue, and Inazuma, we know, is going to be the next region, I'm pretty sure. And then I know that there's a region, I think, based off of, like, Egypt or Arabia. And then I know Snezhnaya is based off of Russia, like, influenced from Russia. I'm trying to think, there's about 5. And I think there's one based off of Iran? And I can't remember what the last one's based on. When it comes to games that I like, I get really interested in, you know, lore and stuff. And I know that there are 7 main, you know, countries or regions, you know, for the 7 elements. Okay. Hey, Dom. He'll stay away from me if you know what's good for you, but what if I don't know what's good for me? Oh, oops, I scared my character's moved aside. Story for me is incredibly important. Yeah, me too. I really like stories in games, and I mean, sometimes good lore can make even, you know, horribly ascend to like legendary. Yeah, I really like the lore, and honestly, there's something to my trouble. Oh, parachutes, thank you. But yeah, lore and stuff. You don't like it when people skip over lore? Oh my god, me neither. I find lore and everything like really interesting. Like in Honkai Impact, I you know, like I love like all the different characters, and I love, you know, like their backgrounds and stuff. Like even if I don't use them in battle, I love all of them as characters. Unless they've already played it, that's true. But I mean, I've already played through some of Nier, but I mean, I've forgotten it. But I'm going to be, you know, like restarting that and then doing a playthrough, hopefully this January. You know, I want, you know, to get my mic up and then my new avatar all rigged and stuff. But I'm still going to be going through all, like, you know, things like that. I've really only reached ending A, so I mean, I'm still going to have quite a bit to go in that game. Because I'm going to be going until that's finished, and I'm going to get every single ending. I am. You can't wait to take up the new Nier. Is gonna make me finally play it. Yeah, which one? I forgot what that one. What? And then you can't wait to dig up the lore of the upcoming Monster Hunter game. Raw copper. I can get that. Raw iron. I can get it. I'll start on that tomorrow because I have about a week. I don't know. I mean, the game I'm really most excited for is Cyberpunk. And I don't know, like, I'll probably, you know, like, look up, like, stories and lore and stuff. Like in games like Skyrim, I, like, really just like exploring the world and finding out about it, you know? Finding out about the world and stuff. It's very interesting to me. And I don't know, maybe that's why I Doom Eternal just doesn't really appeal to me. Like, don't get me wrong, some people like, you know, like, just shoot 'em up games, you know? I know it's a very... I watched a gameplay of it, you know, I watched Markiplier play it, you know, because he's one of my favorite YouTubers. And I was like, I mean, I don't really want to play it, but I'll see what it's like, and it just doesn't really appeal to me, and then having to get lore from, like, reading just background things, but, like, not, like, main gameplay and stuff, that's just not very interesting. I like finding out bits and pieces from, like, you know, like, the main story and stuff. I mean, I haven't personally played it, so I can't be like, oh, yes, blah, 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 but, like, from what I saw, it's overhyped to the point that it can't live up to it no matter how good it is. Yeah, I kind of feel that. Like, I know there are some people, you know, that are like, it's just so hyped up to the point where I don't even want to play it anymore. But I mean, maybe I just haven't seen too much hyping up yet because I don't really spend a lot of time online. But I mean, I know that it's definitely one of the most hyped up games, like, ever, which is why I'm not gonna, like, until I get the game, because I'm pretty sure I'm gonna get it on Christmas. I am not going to, like, say anything, because I personally don't want to, like, get spoiled or anything. But yeah, I do agree, it is getting, like, really, really hyped up. Which, I mean, unfortunately, that does happen a lot with, like, a lot of AAA games. Like, you know, like, New Horizons was hyped up a lot. You don't even plan on playing it, and you can see how hyped people are about it. Yeah. Unfortunately, there are just, like, some people who, you know, are like, oh, yeah. And I mean, maybe it's because, you know, these are the same people that made The Witcher, you know, which is, I play The Witcher Wild Hunt. I played a little bit of it. I am also planning on making a playthrough of that eventually. Right now, I think it was on my poll that I made a while back, I think it was a tie between, I know it was, I think Detroit Become Human and then Witcher. So then, I know that those two I'm gonna do after Nier because I want to do one playthrough at a time. Or at least I'll try to do one playthrough at a time so I don't get all mixed up with games. But I know that The Witcher Wild Hunt was a really good game and a lot of people loved it a lot. So I think because, you know, it's the same company making that, people are like, oh my god, it's gonna be so good, and it looks so great. Someone took it a month off their job just to play and immerse themselves, like, for Witcher. I could definitely see that. I mean, I personally, like, I don't know. I like video games. I really do. And I mean, thankfully, I'm unemployed right now. So, I mean, you know, especially during this whole world on fire thing. So I can spend a lot more time, you know, doing what I love, you know, drawing, you know, playing video games. But I don't know if I would take a month off of work to play a video game. No matter how hyped up I am for it. Like, if I was working, you know, and Cyberpunk came out, I think I would just wait until I was at home and play it, like, a hell of a lot during the weekend. like Wednesdays because a lot of it is like, you know, mostly like just chatting, but also kind of playing a game since Pumpkin Days is really just so chill. But I mean, it was for Cyberpunk and the game didn't even release. Oh my god. I'm sorry, that's just like my immediate reaction to crazy things. I really do curse too much in real life. Oh my god. I really do need to stop. But oh my god, the game didn't even release. Yeah, because it was originally going to come out in November, but then it got pushed back. So then what did the guy do? Like for a month? Because like, say the next Fallout game, you know, is coming out, which hopefully is better than Fallout 76. I mean, I played like a little bit of it. Cry. You need a swear jar. I do. Maybe I can do that. Maybe I can do like a thing. I don't know. I'm trying my best. But that is... But like, say the next Fallout game, you know, is coming out. You know, like Fallout 5 or something. What would you do on a month off, you know, to immerse yourself? Like, just stay inside, you know, act like there really was a nuclear bomb. Just... Wait, what would you even do? I'm just trying to think, like, what is this person's mindset? Why take a month off for a game that hasn't even released yet? I mean, to be fair, I don't know, but we also knew before November that it was being pushed back to December. I don't even know. I'm sorry, I'm trying to think of like, become a hikikomori. I mean, I'm already basically like that. But like another part of Fallout is that you really don't have that much technology, and it's like much older because, you know, like it's based off, you know, like I think 50s and 60s technology kind of. Like basically if the 50s and 60s, you know, kind of like stayed. But that's just like for Fallout. What would you do for Cyberpunk? Because looking at it, it just, like in the name, it's a lot more cyberpunk, it's a lot more sci-fi than, you know, Fallout. I don't know, maybe like even though I'm an avid gamer, I'm not that intense about my video games that I would just shut down everything in my life to, you know, for this one thing. I'm a pro gamer, but not an elite gamer. Yes, that is also true. And people were justifying crunch time. I don't really think you should ever justify crunch time. Because they were developing Cyberpunk. Oh, they're working on Cyberpunk. They should be blessed that they're working on it. I feel like that's Yandere Dev's idea, you know, of volunteers. Because I know that he doesn't really treat them well, and I know that there was that big kerfuffle with one of his, you know, volunteers that did most of his art for him. But that's just black bean soup. I can give that to Black Mask. I learned how to make a gold hoe. Heck yeah. But that's just not really a good way of thinking. They're working on Cyberpunk. They should be blessed that they're working on it. That's just not a very good mindset. And crunch time. And I know that they had to do crunch time because people, you really need to inform yourself on the depravity of Yandere Dev at some point. Oh my god, there are so many videos on it. Like, so many. But crunch time, I know that they were doing crunch time because I'm pretty sure that if they had pushed it back any further so that it would be a good game, you know, like a really good game, people would be so pissed at them. Learn how to make a swing. But I mean, it kind of, but with Yandere, it kind of sucks because I mean, I like the premise of Yandere Simulator. I you know, played the demo, and for the most part, it's fine. It's just the time moves so slow. And I mean, I get, you know, like it goes, you know, like a little bit slower, but, you know, so you can actually do things, but like, the demo shouldn't even be that long. And then I know, like, I used to like VG Mike, but then he made, I counted them, he made 13 episodes on the demo alone. 13 episodes. And he said that he doesn't really care about, like, you know, like what Yandere has like done or whatever. And I'm like, oh, that's not good. Why are you like this? I don't know. After, you know, I watched like a video of like him, like he was trying to defend him and all that. I'm like, I just lost all respect for that because Yandere is not really a good person. And it's also just kind of, either they get the game fast or they get a quality game. You can never have, yeah, you can never really have both. Yes, I agree. And while yes, I mean, people were super mad when, you know, like it was, you know, pushed back further and they're like, oh my God, we're never gonna see this game happen. And I'm like, they are trying to make the best possible experience. I mean, look at the game. It looks like it's gonna be like crazy. Like, come on, people. You can't, like, it takes time to make good things. Like, oh my God. But back with the things, and with VTuber, also, it just kind of rubs me weird that his favorite Doki Doki Literature Club character is Natsuki. I mean, yes, all the characters are technically 18, but Natsuki looks and kind of acts like a literal child. It's just really weird to me. I don't know. That's just kind of weird when, like, a grown man who is married, like, loves this character who is very childlike in appearance. Like, you can look up Natsuki from Doki Doki Literature Club. And she's a tsundere. So, I mean, that's a bit more of a childlike thing, but I just... And even though, you know, Yandere stated that, you know, like, all people in Yandere Simulator are over 18. Wait, we're still talking about Yandere Dev? Well, I was more talking about VG Mike. Yeah, taking more time to make a game costs more money. That is true. Nutella is a lolly. I don't really like lollies. I don't like people who like lollies. I mean, Natsuki is a lolly. Yes, she's a lolly. She is. And he, like, is like, oh my God, she's, like, so great. And I'm just like, oh my God. And I'm just like, oh, Lord. And, like, even though, you know, like, Yandere said that, you know, like, oh, all characters in Yandere Sim are over 18. They're in a high school, so, like, Ayano's... I mean, it's probably 18 at most, but she's, like, a second year, I think, or a first year. She's a second year. So I would probably peg her to be 16 or 17. And I don't know, there's just something weird about this dude, you know, like, mid, late 20s, who really likes this lolly character. And, you know, and has there's just something weird. And then how he's definitely a simp for Yandere Dev. He definitely is. He makes a video every single time that the game updates, even if there isn't anything big. And he made 13 effing episodes on the demo alone, and the demo isn't even that long. I played it, and honestly, if it weren't for the only lolly you like is Beatrice from ReZero. She's so cute. Aw, in the recent season. I need to go back and rewatch season 1 so I can watch season 2 because I really liked ReZero. I mean, personally, Rem is my wife, but I mean, she's also one of the types of characters I like. Just like a really, like sweet, gentle soul, kind of. But like, there's just like, and also to me, there's a difference between being like, oh, I like this character. They're pretty good. And saying, yes, this character, even though I am in my mid to late 20s, and she looks like a literal child, she is my waifu, she is my wife, I love her. There's a difference to me in that. Like, there's no problem being like, yeah, I really like this character. Like, I don't want to, like, romance her. Like, I have, like, a bunch of characters, like, like that. Like, most of the characters in Genshin, actually, like a bunch of, like the more underage characters, like Xingyu, the ones that look younger and all of that. I'm like, I love you. You're my child, and I love you. The music stopped. Amelia, best girl for me. Everyone has their own things. Amelia's very sweet, too.
Excuse me.
Have you met with the spirit before? They're truly magical, well, except for Pumpkin Jack. Yeah, he's a jerk. But yeah, that should tell you my opinions. For some reason, I'm still subscribed to him. And like, every time I see him, I'm like, oh my god. Maybe I'm just subscribed to him so I can see whenever he makes another Yandere Simulator upload. Because the demo, if it weren't for the fact that time moves so effing slow, it probably would only be like 1, maybe 2 hours tops. But Yandev made it so that time goes like 10 seconds for 1 endgame minute or something like that. It's insane. So you get all this stuff done, and then you're just kind of like waiting around for school to end, like, okay, checking Twitter, reading fan fiction or something. And another thing that kind of gets me about Yandere Simulator is that I love how all fan interpretations show Ayano, the yandere with actual emotion, because that's what a yandere is. A yandere is, like a girl who's sweet, a person, rather, who's sweet on the outside, but, can turn murderous and all that. But in Yandere Simulator, she's just a psychopath. She's just this cold, unfeeling person, and it's just like, that's not what a yandere is. That's just a psycho. Well, I think rather it would be sociopath. I can't remember which one. I took abnormal psych back in high school, but I can't remember which one it is. It's either, I want to say sociopath, where like the person knows that they're, crazy and they don't really feel anything for people, but they can hide it. But I think it's a psychopath that can't. I can't remember. But this should also show you, so Pumpkin Days. Pumpkin Days has been in development for about 6 years. About the same as Yandere Simulator. And while yes, the graphics of Pumpkin Days are simpler, there's a lot of gameplay, and it's definitely more polished and finished. And whereas with Yandere Simulator, the first rival only just got added for the demo. People are still debating what's a sociopath and what's a psychopath in the current environment. Yeah, I could see that. But I know that, like, I don't want to say like scientifically, but I think you know what I mean, that there is a clear difference between the two. Like, I know that one of them knows they're crazy and they can hide it. Like they can hide in society. Psychopathy is lacking empathy, and sociopathy is taking pleasure in bringing pain to others. Yeah, that makes a lot more sense. Because with sociopathy, like if you take pain and take pleasure in bringing pain to other people, you could also hide that. And that's sadism. No, sadism, I mean, it's kind of like that, but also knowing limits. I mean, I'm also thinking in BDSM terms, so safe word and stuff like that. But I mean, that I think that's technically what sadism is. But I mean, I think it's a lot more than just that. But sociopathy, I think, is different than sadism, because with sadism, you can also feel, like empathy, I think, and that. But I think sociopathy, you take pain and bringing pain. You take pain, making pain. Yes, Grace, that is exactly what. I can English just fine, thank you very much.
No. Fine. Oh, you can fix the thing. Like you fix the thing. Oh, fix me.
But yeah, no, I agree. Psychopaths aren't all evil. Yeah, I mean, sure, they don't really feel that, but that doesn't make them like monsters or anything. I mean, to me, I kind of see it as like a person. They just take the best possible route. Yeah, I can see that. No, but like for the most part, they're not really looking to hurt people. I think it's sociopaths that are more dangerous because they are. I think they're, they also don't feel empathy, but they also are willing to hurt people, just because, right? Most company owners are psychopaths. I can see that. I mean, you have to make, like super tough decisions, and you can't be too upset about having to fire people. So yeah, I could totally see that. I just went and ran for no reason. Oh well. Yeah, that kind of makes sense. I can see that. I just went and ran around for no reason. I have Oh yeah, I need some raw iron and copper. I think I have some raw. No, I don't. It's raw silver. Psychopaths also tend to have really high IQs. Yeah, I think I've heard that. There she goes, she wanted out. They have massive brains. Fangirls be like, marry me. That is true. Oh my god. Like, the amount of fans that some serial killers have, I am appalled. Like, I think it's Ted Bundy and Jeffrey Dahmer, even though Jeffrey Dahmer was gay. Like, fangirls are like, oh my god, he's so hot. Oh my god, I love him. I could, oh. And I mean, I get it. The romanticization of, like, seeing like a...
Hello?
You can't see it, but my dad has a fez. He bought a fez. Because all of his friends have one, but he didn't, so he got himself one. He looked so happy. But yeah, your brain larger than your skull. Yeah. But like, I mean, but no, I can see the romanticism of, like seeing, like a villain, and being like, oh, I can reform you, I can make you better, but that really only really happens in stories. I mean, it would take a lot of therapy and them wanting to get better to, help them out. Fezpog. Oh, I don't know whether that reminds me, but like for my new avatar, I'm also doing like different things. So there will be different blushy thingies, you know, some like different like emotion stuff. I don't know how to rig that up yet, but hopefully I can find a tutorial because I think that would be nice. No, change my emotions. But yeah, no, there is just something wrong with fangirls. One of my friends literally likes Hisoka from Hunter x Hunter, a literal murderer. I mean, I kind of like Shigaraki from My Hero Academia, and he's a villain, and he's killed people. But I mean, to me, it's also like his story and writing. Like, I kind of feel bad for him because he's a villain because he hates the heroes because no hero came to save him. No hero saved him, and so it's a very... There are a lot of people, you know, that like Hisoka physically, but they hate his personality. Yeah, most of the time I don't really like psychopaths. I don't like crazy people, but I think occasionally I have an exception. Like, I really like Shigaraki, but that could also just be the writing of him. But I don't know. I think that's really like the only villain. Wait, no, I kind of like Adam from Nier Automata. Never mind. Is hot, but she doesn't mind his personality. Yeah, that's just kind of... Fangirls are insane. Oh yeah, it reminds me. So, Kaya and Diluc. Kaya x Diluc. That is a big thing that a lot of people ship. Now, the only problem I really have with it is that they are canonically step-siblings. And like people are like, oh, well, I mean, I don't really think it matters. They're not related by blood. And I mean, but that hasn't stopped fangirls from shipping incest before. That hasn't stopped. It will not stop them. And I don't know. I mean, at the same time, I like, you know, like the idea of, you know, like the flirty one with the more sweet, not sweet, the more, you know, like cold sort of tsundere character. I kind of have that with like one of my Fire Emblem. Like in Fates, even though, I mean, it's not the best game, my main character, Emberly, is paired with Niles. You know, Emberly is more of a kind of cold tsundere, whereas Niles is flirty. And that's fine. But the problem I have is that Kaya and Diluc are canonically step-siblings. Many women idealize Ted Bundy, who is a real life... Yes, I think I said that earlier, that like Ted Bundy and Jeffrey Dahmer, people were like, oh my god, he's like so amazing. Like, oh my god, he's so hot. I don't care that he killed like so many people. But people are like trying to be like with the Kaya and Diluc ship. They're like, no, they're only sworn in brothers. And it's like, no, it states literally like in the game. I think it's like one of those things where you have to get, you know, like to a certain friendship point that no, they're step siblings. Just have a murdered fetish. I mean, I guess that's this. Wasn't Ted Bundy also necrophiliac? Maybe. I know that Jeffrey Dahmer was also a cannibal. I know that he also ate people. But, I mean, with Ted Bundy being a necrophiliac, that doesn't really surprise me. Actually, there's a very interesting YouTuber I watch. Oh no, I can't remember her name. I feel so bad. I'm also a little bit tired. But she does so many murder mystery things. And while she does do makeup while doing it, I really like to just listen to her because she does like so many like murder, mystery, and makeup Mondays. Like just this last Monday, she covered a story about a girl that went missing, and it turned out that her friend, an ex-boyfriend, I think, or something, like ended up killing, and one girl and one guy ate some of her. Like, some people are just insane. It's very interesting. I'm gonna see if I can find it. I can probably post it in the Discord because it's just so interesting. And she did a video on Jeffrey Dahmer, and she also did one on Ted Bundy, and she did like so many over like different serial killer murder mysteries and makeup. Yeah, it's so interesting because they're so contrasting. But I mean, that's also sort of like my interests too. Like I love like makeup and some girly things and stuff, but I also like really like like horror and just dark themes and all of that. I mean, some of the stories she covers are just like mysteries, but like she does a lot of like murder mysteries, cold cases and stuff. It's like very interesting. But the way she tells it, it's so funny because it's almost like a friend telling you. Or like a hairdresser or something. It's amazing. Sarah Bailey. No. Bailey. Bailey Sari. Yeah, let me see if I can pull up. I can at least pull up, I think, the Ted Bundy one. No, screw you. I don't. Murder. Bailey Sarian, yes. There she goes. Sometimes I just like to go and like rewatch some of her stuff because it's just like so interesting. Like the Toy Box Killer, the white, like what started the whole white van thing. Where is the... Maybe I can just... Oh, nice. I can just copy the link. Yeah. There's a lot of contrasting things in those videos, in those types of vids. Yeah, that's just the playlist. Because I couldn't find it. Maybe... But I'm pretty sure that it's on there because I know she covered it. And she does like a lot of research on these types of things too. But it's just fascinating. And can I also just say I love how our conversations go. Like it went from like us talking about our pets to I can't even remember to talking about like Cyberpunk, the overhype of games, to Yandere Dev, and then to Psychopath. It's amazing, and I love how it all just kind of just goes. It's great. Hey, Tessa. Vera thinks she can beat me, but to understanding people, it's okay. But yeah, people who idolize serial killers need to get a better hobby. They need to get a good life. They need to get a better life. Like, oh my god, they need... Yeah, you never expect the streams. Talk about scary fangirls. Fangirls are just insane. Like I was saying, like Kaya and Diluc, they're canonically step siblings. We go on so many tangents. We do. Like they're canonically step siblings, and yet everyone is just like, no, it's fine. No, they're not related by blood. It's fine, even though like just like with Child and Zhongli, I like that. That's fine. That's great because they're not related, and there isn't a huge age difference. It's technically, Zhongli is technically the Tio Archon, so he's like thousands of years old, but like, I think that's different than like something else. But carrot soup. But why? What is it? Age difference? Oh my god, I'm not even gonna go into that because that is just wrong. Like one of my favorite manga when I was younger, Shugokara, it was, it was a cute little thing, at least at the beginning. But at the end, I think the main character, who I think is like 13 at most, at the end, quote, and I don't know if it's actually ended, ends up with a 17-year-old. And I'm just like, now I'm just like, why is this a thing? You know, parents would marry other people with kids. The whole step-sibling thing. No, that's not the problem. That's not the problem here. The problem is that people are shipping Kaya and Diluc, making them do the woohoo, you know, giving them a romantic relationship. That's not the problem. I know that, you know, like step siblings are great, or, you know, like a common thing. That's not the problem. The problem is that people are trying to, you know, give them a romantic relationship. And I mean, I don't really know how I feel about that. Oh, parents and oh, secure a couple for their children. I didn't read that part. I'm blind. Forgive me. Forced marriages. Oh yeah, and in England, like in Black Butler, like it's weird because CL, you know, the main character, and his technical love interest, Lizzie, they're cousins. But that was just like a common thing that happened in like 18th century England. No, 19th century? It's 1800s. Later 1800s, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, forced marriages. That was more of a betrothal thing, though. That was a betrothal thing. I mean, it is weird to think about, but I mean, it was just common back then. And I mean, I know it's not like, you know, like that big of a deal, but I mean, I guess I'm just a little, They must keep their bloodline pure. Woof. Ooh, purple t-shirt. I'm trying to see if I can get her canonical outfit. No, I need dark blue shorts. Oh, okay. Ugh. Yeah, those types of people are just... Bruh, her thighs expanded, did they? I didn't even notice. I wasn't looking there. Expanding the thighs. Expand. Become thick. With 3 C's. They fit. Ooh, this is a very pretty bra. I have. Ooh, that is 65. They expand when she changes it. Yeah, marrying cousins still happens. It isn't all that less common. There are just more people. Detroit become thick. So marrying someone related to you is less likely to happen. Yeah, I can see that. Expand the thighs. Become the thick girl of your dreams. I don't know. I mean, I'm not really that fond of, you know, like, step-sibling of that, but, like... Another problem with the fangirls, though, is that some people, they're, like, trying to refuse that it's been more like they contracted and then expanded to go back to normal. Ooh. But it's, like, the fangirls who are, like, trying... very hard to say that, like, no, they're only sworn in brothers. Only eyes or thighs. I don't know. Maybe eyes? Is eyes supposed to be a euphemism for something else? Because if so, yes. I'm more of a top girl than a bottom girl. I mean, not in that way. I mean, boing-boings are better for me. That's what I prefer. But some people... I'm just questioning the choices, but your answer is obviously fine. I don't know. I like drawing eyes. But I mean, thighs can be good too. Some good thick thighs. I need to draw my girls up. Boing boing, yes. Because my main set of girls, you know, Chess and them, they all have very different body types, which I'm proud of. I'm proud that, oh, hello. Am I foolish enough to challenge you? If it might be, what's up to you? Personality or boing boings? Ooh. Probably personality. Because, well, I mean, definitely personality. Just because I'm also just like a person. You have Russia and Grace. I mean, personality, yes. 100%. Yeah. I mean, I also like how characters like are written and stuff. I'm just like the type of person who like characters just have a tendency to like come alive in my head, you know? I just have like an incredibly active, you know, imagination. So it's easier for me to, you know, just like imagine, you know, stuff. So it'd be better if, you know, you had a personality than just huge boing boing. Boing boing boing. Personalities. Yeah, but something I pride myself in is being able to draw different body types, and I'm getting better at doing it nowadays. I'm not quite good at doing like Asian eyesight. You have a whole theater to myself in your head when you write. Oh my god. I mean, that's the exact same thing when I like come up like with scenarios and characters and stuff. Like, I get up and quote, you know, like dance. Like, I'll just like sort of like hang around in the kitchen and stuff and just like listen to music, and I just like let my brain flow, and like most of the time, and sometimes that's just how I come up with like some characters. Imagine being able to draw people. Honestly, I mean, it takes a little bit, but I mean, it's not like impossible. With practice, yeah, definitely. And the amount of times in high school that I would hear, oh my god, you're such a good artist, and I'm like, thanks, and they're like, I wish I could draw, and I'm like, well, practice, and they're like, but I don't want to do that, and I'm like, then you're not gonna become better unless you literally trace art, which is a bad thing. You know, just you could ascend from stick girls. Yes, the curvy girls, like whether it be like, you know, like the typical hourglass or, you know, like chubby, those are my favorite type of girls to draw. Like Chess and my girl Tara, they're like my favorite girls to draw ever. It's just fun to just draw those. You just suck at foreshadowing. Blah, blah, blah. I can work. And hair, can't draw hair. Hair is pretty difficult. Eyes. Yeah, I need to draw them up. I mean, I basically have Chess drawn up, but that's just because I draw her a lot, because she's just like my main girl. But I really need to draw everyone else. I still need to finish that KDA one where I draw them. Wow, Grace has suddenly become my favorite artist. Weird. Yeah. Like, yeah, hopefully I should be back. Maybe I can try drawing, you know, my girls up on stream. And I still need to finish that KDA thing where I drew my main girls as KDA. I still need to finish that. Oh, wait, no. I need to talk to Jamie, which I'm pretty sure he's in the library at this point.
Thanks.
Thanks, Junior. I'll let you know if there's anything else I need. Okay. Look at the Discord for your works. It looks like a really stiff wig. I mean, I would suggest looking up, you know, like references and stuff. Like, I have a bunch of tutorials and stuff saved on, like, my board, you know, art reference on Pinterest. Maybe I can share that. Because that's often where I get, you know, like, some, like, tips and stuff for, like, hair, you know, ideas. And then I'm also hoping to do my art tutorial thing. still better than what you can do. Well, I mean, practice makes perfect. I mean, I like drawing hair, but shading it is pretty difficult for me. My favorite thing to shade, I think, is skin. That's one of my favorite things, along with eyes.
Golden.
With gold. It's funny, he loves gold, but he asked for copper. Why you like this, bro? Why you like this, bro? Weirdo. He's a weird dude. But yes, I can 100% say, you know, practice makes perfect. Just keep on trucking. Even if you think it looks bad, just keep going. Do it. To be fair, you also have that hair as a differentiation for your art style. Yeah. Oh, I got a thing. Oh, the festival. Oh, 14. Oh. That's what really matters. Yeah, but I can't wait for, I don't know when I'm hoping to re-debut eventually, because I have a better, you know, I have a new model, you know, like basically I'm gonna add more to, you know, this character. There's lore, it's great. There's gonna be lore, and I can't wait to show you guys what it looks like. I can't yet. It'll be a while, but I really love it. Lore, yes. You will be getting the good Grace lore. Give me lore. I can't give you lore yet. I haven't finished writing it up. I need to write all of it up and stuff. And you'll be getting it, hopefully, at, you know, I'm gonna make a bigger deal about my debut than I did last time. I was just like, hey, I'm gonna be streaming in a few days. We need the lore. You will be getting lots of lore. Eventually. Not a tiger fish. Something like that. You can debut twice. Well, I mean, Yuki Buns. She's a streamer here. She kind of did. I mean, she already had, you know, like a VTuber avatar, and then she just recently, I think, re-debuted. You know, with a better, different avatar. So I don't see why you wouldn't be able to. I should probably go get a make. Maybe I can make a better fishing rod. But I mean, I think that's what I'm planning to do. I'm gonna make a bigger deal this time with my new avatar and stuff. Ooh, I need 2 gold bars. Yeah, I can technically debut whenever I have a different model. Yeah. And I'm also planning on having, like, time to delete all of my existence off the internet to debut again. And I mean, you can also technically, you know, I'm also hoping to get, you know, like some different outfits for my avatar. I mean, I think that would take, you know, like a little bit stuff, but I mean, it wouldn't be like too crazy, I don't think. I'm gonna sell my iron fishing rod to get some money. Time to fake my death to debut again. I can English. Hoggers. Like, I wanted to do, you know, like a more, like a festive one, where I wear, like, you know, like a little antler headband and have, like, a Christmas sweater on. But I could probably, I'll probably end up, like, doing that next year. I'll probably have, like, a summer one, since it gets really hot down here in the south. No, And like I just have fun creating outfits, especially when it's more like the aesthetic of my new makes me want to have our own emotes. I will be eventually when I re-debut, I will make emotes. I don't think I'm technically big enough to have my first emotes yet. I don't even know what emotes I would use. Probably, yeah, once you get affiliate. I think I don't want to say I'm close to that. Oh yeah, I'm on my path to affiliate thing. I just need technically 20 more followers, since, you know, it needs 50. But yeah, I'll be drawing up a couple of, you know, the good Grace emotes. Maybe a maple one of her little paw with all her thumbs. I think that would be cute. Little fluffy, you know. Stop giving me the difficult fishes! Stop it! Please. Why you gotta do this to me, huh? I know I have a better fishing rod, but that doesn't mean I can immediately catch you. Come on. Grace Pog. Maybe I'll end up doing like a poll of like what emote you would want to see of me first. Maybe you should make a Grace Pog emote. That'd probably be something that I would draw on stream. Grace scuffed. Oh yeah, I definitely would need a rip, and I do want one that says simp so that you guys can just spam chat when I'm simping over a character. I think that would be funny. Stop! Why are you giving me the difficult fishes? I can't! I hate you guys. Why you gotta be like this? Scuffed Grace is going to be the best emote. Grace simp. I can feel it. I don't even know which one that technically even looks like. Like, what's the scuffed one? I know what the Pog one is. I know what the Pog one is. I know Pog. 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 Ah! I'm done fishing. I am done fishing. I can't. It'd just be a smug Grace pointing at the screen with the Impact Fox font saying simp at the top. I mean, probably. Or maybe it'd just be me holding up a sign that says simp. But I definitely know that I do want a simp one, and I think a rip one would also be pretty good. Regardless, we're calling you out for something. Yeah, I know you would. I know you would. Ooh, white key. Amelia. Race crash. Ooh, I learned how to make a kitty. That's right. Uh-huh. Grace tangent. Yeah, that I would need that, considering just all that's super distorted to the point of being barely recognizable. I feel that. Also, not saying anything, but that might fit into the lore just a little bit. No, not really. Please, just Grace tangent. I do need that. That is one. So definitely rip, simp, and tangent. I don't even know what the tangent one would be. It's so careless. Oh, lore. Oh, I also need a lore one. So that's 4 so far that I'm definitely gonna do for sure. Simp, rip, tangent, and lore. Like, it's gonna be holding up a sign that says, or it just says lore at the bottom. It's just me like with big shiny eyes. I know where it is. I know where this letter is. Hup. 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 And with that lore thing, you can just spam it whenever we're playing a game. You're just like, there's lore here. Lore. Oh my god. Eventually, I really want to get some Plumbella merch because she has hoodies that says "Core for Lore." Cheating? That's not cheating. What? Cheating?
Whatever.
It's not like I'm impressed or anything, jerk. I don't. Ooh, cookies. She broke the game. I broke the game. Hardcore parkour. No, the streamer cheats. No, that's how you're supposed to get up there. Momo actually had to make a tutorial on how to get the letter. Because there's no other way to get up on the roof. This streamer cheats. Oh no, guys. I'm so small, but I'm already having a big controversy. I do cheating. Oh, I'm so sorry. Maybe I can go to the ocean? Cancelled! No! And I need to write down these emotes. No other known way. Other than flying, I don't think there's any other way. So, race. 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 Speedrun finding the other way. And then Grace Lore. But I really do want like a Plumbella merch hoodie because hers says core for lore, and I feel that. Because there's practically no lore in The Sims 4 because she's mostly a Sims YouTuber, you know? And she loves the lore of The Sims. And The Sims 4 has absolutely nothing. The Sims 4 is just... Right now I'm gonna go to Wahoo Beach. Gonna fish me some good ocean fish. Heck yeah! Speedrun finding the other way. I don't think there is another way. I mean, unless you learned how to fly. Oh yeah. Oh, I got a bug net. I got a bug net. I can catch some of the bugs on these trees. Because I know. Oh. No! Beach pog. Physics bugs are always the way, right? Just clip your way onto the roof and then get stuck there. I think I'll need like the ultimate bug net for that. But that's only when you get, I think, friendship level either 8 or 9 with Kumiko, so that'll definitely be a while. I don't even know. Hello, we're in the beach episode. Hello, Ikaya. Dude, I don't think I've seen you around before. Welcome to Wahoo Beach. Wahoo Beach is like the best place on the island. Like, dude, you see how far the beach stretches? Oh, sorry, I got swept again in my excitement about the ocean. Hello, surfing, and I'm also the local fisherman here. I got a boat you can rent if you want to hit the deep waters past the island. I know how to fish. Okay, thank you. Beach episode. Maybe I should make that a... We're in the beach episode. Beach episode! The starry island. That's where all the good stuff is. You know what that means? No. Maurice, no. Maurice, no. This is a family-friendly stream. Even though I had to stop myself from cursing multiple times and I had to catch myself. It's family friendly. I apologize. You can probably, I'm a little bit more lenient in my Discord, especially with stream memes. I have a stream meme channel where you could probably roast me for stupid things like simping in chat. I hate the game, I'm just gonna let this fall to the bottom. Shrimp. That was a seahorse. Seahorse. Yes. Gotta catch all the fish. Oh my god, guys. Oh. Oh. I got a big fish. I don't know about what in the world. It's an ocean sunfish. Those things are freaking huge. They're like as big as that, like an Animal Crossing tube. She's got some arms on her. Even though they look like twigs, they could easily bench press you 3 times over. But that's only in game though, not not real life. I can't. I got some arms on her. Yes, I do. The fish are big IRL, but not that big. Well, there's also game. It's also game. Start giving me difficult fish with this measly golden fishing rod, please. Is there a shark fish? There are sharks in this game. Yeah, there's sharks. I think you can get them in somewhere. Got a common crab. Or I could probably look at my other save. Wait, no. What about taco? Taco like as in like a specific, or like taco like is that like a type of fish, or are you thinking of like taco is no Ika is squid. Taco is octopus. Yeah, I was trying to remember that. It was like at the tip of my tongue. But yeah, there's octopus. I don't know about you, but I said let's see. There's tons of fish in this game. We have, let's see. Yeah, we have shark. We have, I'm trying to see if there are other, like, different types of shark. I feel like it's just shark. I'm scared to ask. Yeah, taco. Yeah, they have octopus. They have all sorts of shark. They do have sharks. They have lots of crazy ones. They have mahi mahi. Big eel, koi, you can get koi. Stuff. I associated the kraken eating a boat. Correct. Oh, I got a name for fish. Oh, I think another. Dude. Melons. The ones they used to use in anime to back to the bag. Yes, those. Ah, yes, of course. Melons. I'm getting lots of stuff. I'm pretty sure I can donate to the museum. Heck yeah, big melons. I love melons. I love watermelons. That's one of my least favorite things about summer ending. Because, I mean, I don't really like summer just because I can't handle heat that well. But I love watermelon so much. Like, to the point where, I mean, I have a mini fridge in my room, so I can get, I can just keep soda in there. And I'll just, keep a tub of watermelon in there, so I don't steal from the rest of the families. I feel like the best part about beach episodes is the food they cook. Oh my god, I love food. So many times the food in anime, it looks so good. It's so good. Like, oh. Honestly, I haven't seen many anime that have beach episodes. But then again, I haven't really watched, that much anime. I read more manga. There's so much to eat. Yes, there is. I will not take that as a euphemism for literally anything. We were just talking about the lovely food that people are cooking. Ooh, we can get golden cap. No, I know, golden carp. I read that wrong. They were more common. Yeah, they were a lot more common, back in the day. How will Grace integrate a beach episode into the lore? Well, lore-wise, I love beach. Like, I mean, I do like the beach. I haven't really been that often, but with the lore-wise, you're only gonna get bits and pieces until, like, the actual, you know, like, re-debut and stuff. That'll probably be at, like, either the end of December or early January. What's even gonna be in said episode? It's just all the characters I love, and I'm just kind of just sitting there. They're like, why are we here? Why are we in Simpsons? I'm like, oh, just do your thing. I'm just gonna watch you live. Don't worry about me. I don't know. Or it would just be me fighting everyone. So, I'm supposed to be at work. Oh, oof. Well, if you have to leave, then leave. I mean, I'm gonna be ending chat. Oh my god, it's starting. Oh my god, it's 3. It's almost 3. Yes. Oh no. Well, I'm gonna be ending stream soon because I usually go for about 3 hours. I think I've thought. Ugh. Wow, streamer tells viewers to leave. Well, I mean, if he has to be somewhere, then yeah. But I will be ending, probably when I get... You're being bullied. No, you're not. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to bully you. I promise. But no, I can't wait for my stream, you know, debut stream. There will be lore. Yeah, bye. Yeah, it'll be ending soon. I just need to get back home. But see you, Maurice. Have a lovely time at work, I hope. I'm just gonna get on home and then probably go to bed and then I'm gonna... There it is. There it is. Running, running, running. I'm riding back home. Home. Alright, and then I'm gonna watch these tomato soup. Crafting. Ooh, basic dresser. That's nice. Okay, but I think that's gonna be it for today. I need to exit the game so I can actually go to Streamlabs. So yeah, that is it. That was a very fun stream, you know, with lots of different tangents, as per usual, because I go on tangents. If there's any proof that I have ADD, it is that. But I will be back on Friday with Grace's singing. You'll be getting more on Friday, because Friday is Amnesia And I tend to sing when I'm confused and have no idea what I'm doing, so I will be singing to myself so often. And I don't really have to worry about background music as much there. So yeah, I can't remember where we were, but oh yeah, no, I just left the water level, that last water level. Oh. And then yeah. I think that's about it. Grace is singing Pog. So yes, I will be back Friday as per usual with Amnesia, the spookiness. So yes, I will see you guys later.